Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Kanishk and I was an Aurumite from 2012 till 2020. Currently, I'm studying BA LLB at the National Law School of India University.
Was there a teacher or mentor who influenced you deeply?
Yeah, I mean, a lot, but I think first I want to talk about Bhavani ma'am. I think Bhavani ma'am played a more important role in my whatever I am doing today than any other teacher in my life. Like, whatever I've been able to do is because of my command on the language. Clat is entirely a paper based on your command in the language. You can only do well at NLS if you have good control of English. You can only be a good lawyer in India and Commonwealth countries if you know English well. And despite being from Haldwani, despite perhaps not having a lot of great facilities that you would expect that other kids from metropolitan cities have, I see myself being able to compete, do better, and even like informally converse on the same level as any student who has studied at Dhirubhai Ambani School, who is in my college as well, or any other university, or any other school in the country. Even including schools from abroad, my university gets students from Dubai who have studied in Dubai, etc. And I just realized that despite being in Haldwani, because of this kind of training, not just in classes but debates or whether it be any other public speaking activity, I am not behind anyone because of the schooling I had. And secondly, I think I want to talk about Disha ma'am. She was my social science teacher and my class teacher for many years, like Bhavani ma'am. She is the reason I ended up taking humanities. I really enjoyed studying all these subjects. And as much as I annoyed her, she did something very important. I would ask her a lot of random things. I would have a lot of arguments with her. I would talk about a lot of things that I read somewhere random and probably she didn't know about, but she never made it a point to say that, okay, you are distracting the class, you are doing this. And that is one of the reasons, like, I think I became a lot more curious about the world. I studied a lot of these social sciences. And yeah, that still dictates what I like today. And that still dictates like a bit of a fearless person in me, that I'm not worried about talking about things which are perhaps not to be discussed. Because, and this is not just Disha ma'am, this is I think generally in Aurum. I think there was, sorry I'm tracking a bit, but there's a big hoarding in my law university which says, right at the entrance, which says, where the mind is without fear. And I think Aurum was also a place like that. So I think just teachers, even just the environment played a huge role in whatever I'm doing today.
Were you more into academics, sports, arts, or leadership activity?
I did everything. I played sports, I played cricket, basketball, football. I was never good at music and we had only 40 minutes a week to learn. But I still participated in a lot of these art events. Like I did in the annual function in every single year that it happened for us, including sometimes going out of my comfort zone and dancing on a Christmas carol song. So that's, I think, like really helped in terms of just being a bit unhinged, just be able to step out of my comfort zone. Like one recent instance if I could think of is when I was traveling a lot of these countries and I was traveling them solo. So sometimes I would need help, and the kind of person I am very hesitant to go up to someone else. But I think just that ability or just this learning of going outside your comfort zone, it's really helped me like take that first step and take the initiative. And like it really showed me that if you want something, you just have to ask for it.
So, with all lot the memories that you have of your school, how did your journey unfolded when you left the school? What was the world like when you left the school?
After school, we had 2 years of COVID, and in those 2 years, 1 year I didn't do anything. The second year I prepared for that. I prepared for other law universities. I applied for colleges in England. I got into some very prestigious universities like King's College London and the University College London, University of Edinburgh. But then eventually I decided to stay in India for my undergraduate, and I gave the common law admission test. I got all India rank 55. And in NLS, life is very different. It's like you're living in a big city. So you asked about what I did in school. And leadership was one thing I didn't talk about. I was also involved in that. I was the editor-in-chief and the associate editor-in-chief of Aurum Bytes in my 9th and 10th. And that came with a lot of additional responsibilities as well. And so all of that has been very helpful, because now I'm in a university where all 180 kids were like either head boys, head girls in these leadership positions. So it's a great environment. You see like some of the best people from all over the country. We have past CBSE toppers. And now we have an LLB batch as well, which is people who are coming after an undergraduate degree. So we have very interesting people. We have IRS officers studying with us, IAS officers studying with us. There's a 60-year-old IAS or retired IAS officer in my class. There's a 45-year-old professor of commerce in my class. So it's just been like a very intellectually stimulating environment. And I have got the opportunities to travel, have friends from all over the world. I have friends in Canada, Colombia, Germany, and all across India. So it's been like a roller coaster for sure.
Great. So, like you've told that you've gone to various countries, you've visited various countries. So that's because you have the skill, right? So, what do you think? How important are marks versus skills in today's world?
Okay, so just to divide it into two parts. Yes, a lot of these places I've gone to is because of either some competition from my school or some representation from my university. And it's a mix of both skill and marks. I think one of those trips was to Bhutan for a summer school with the National University of Singapore. And that was dependent on marks to get in. But I think it's a hard question because I think while I am the kind of person who would say marks don't matter, a sheet of paper doesn't decide your future, whatever. But I think for me, like when I prepared for my 10th, like preparing for my 10th was the first thing I ever did seriously in my life. And I got a good result. And that really gave me the confidence that I can do anything I want. Like if I just put my mind to it, I can get what I want. So while I would say largely I'm run and whatever I do will be based on the skills I get, the skills I learned here, the skills I'm learning there, the skills I'm getting from traveling across the world. But marks do play an important role in building your confidence, in giving you like entry points into the world. So sometimes you just need to meet a threshold to enter into a space which will change you completely. Like now I would say school marks maybe do not matter that much, with the CUET and everything. So it's important to build those skills like comprehension, analytical and logical reasoning. But I think just getting good marks just tells you that you can do anything you want. And obviously it makes you more independent from your parents as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Like earlier when we were talking, you told me that you've gone to 14 countries, which is the best competition that you have. You know, you've gone for competitions there. The best competitions that you have attended, what was the thing that you learned from there?
I think the two best ones would be the ones I've gone to the most recently. So first is in June I went to The Hague, which is the governmental capital of Netherlands. It has the International Court of Justice, the International Criminal Court, a lot of government organizations. And we had a moot court hosted by the International Criminal Court there, including and with Leiden University. I met lawyers who were in India, who were probably from my university or similar universities, who had moved abroad and are doing excellently there. So you get to see that it's not just whatever you see in university is not the end as well. There are a lot of people who after university go on to do amazing things outside. And yeah, Hague is the most beautiful city, most pleasant city I've been to as well. The second is I recently went to Paris for a mediation competition, international mediation competition hosted by the International Chamber of Commerce, which is the central body resolving all major big commercial international disputes. And they hosted this competition. It was just a great experience because our university, for all its prestige, had never broken into that competition or never qualified for the final stages. And we got rank 5 there, which is the second best Indian performance ever as well. So that's just the whole experience of representing your country, meeting a lot of people from across the world. There were people from all 6 continents there. There were a lot of Indian teams there. So you have that Indian camaraderie from across the country in a foreign country. And that's just, I think at the end of my law school, I'll remember those things much, much more than my classes.
So with all your experience that you have gathered till now, what advice do you have for the students who want to pursue career in law?
I mean, I don't want to give law specific advice. I will explain that as well. But I think what's very important and what's something I've noticed is that kids in small towns are very talented. I see my class here, I refer back to what my class in Aurum used to be like. And I don't think I see a great difference in terms of the normal intelligence people possess in my classroom in the National Law School of India versus here. The big difference is in the exposure and the opportunities we get. And even for me, those were not honestly very available. I had to go look out on my own. I had to see on my own what I want to do. I had to research which coaching to take, how to prepare, how to like, which law school is the best, what kind of rank do you need. All of those things I had to do myself. So I think most important thing is just giving yourself the time to figure out what you want to do, what your skills allow you to do. And like reality can be hard on dreams, but it's I think very important to dream big. Like I don't know anyone else from Haldwani who is at NLS, even like 4 years in, there's nobody that I know. But I do not think that there's anything lacking in terms of the skills we have. It's just about having the exposure, it's just about finding the right things. So yeah, I think if one advice would be in generally to dream big, explore more. But for law specifically, so there are a few things you can do. There's first the national law universities. They are all, the admissions into all of them are guaranteed, like are all done through the common law admission test. When I was giving it, it used to happen around the end of your academic year, but now it happens in December. So it does not even clash with boards. You can give it much more, like 6 months in advance. You can have a college secured. You can choose to just not do anything in your boards and still be going to one of the best universities in the country. And the paper basically does not test law. It does not test your knowledge of the law. They do not expect you to know the law. It's a paper which tests comprehension. The law, if I could simply break it down, it's logic plus comprehension. And that's what they test. So we have 30 paragraphs. In my year, I think the pattern has changed to make it slightly lesser questions and slightly easier now. But you have English comprehension, you have logical reasoning, which is also kind of English comprehension, but more on breaking down premises, conclusions, rather than just comprehension. We have legal reasoning, which is also comprehension based. You have to read a paragraph and that paragraph will explain you something about the law. And then you have to apply whatever you've learned from that paragraph into hypothetical questions or just general questions. And then we have GK and maths, so I do not remember the exact splits right now, but GK and maths are on the lower side. Maths is the least. GK is used to be extremely hard, extremely irrelevant GK. It's not like UPSC where you need to know depth of topics. It was, I would say, the breadth was even wider than UPSC. They could ask anything. They asked us in my year a question on some Facebook campaign run by some environmental organization. But now I think it has changed. There are a lot of problems with the way Clat is run. So there are alternate options as well because Clat can really go against you. There's the LNAT which you can give to not only apply to the UK universities but also to Jindal Global Law School, which is, I would say, one of the best law schools in the country. Not anywhere near us. And this exam also just sits well on your CV. Like if you show that, follow the similar pattern, comprehension. All of these law exam tests follow a similar pattern. There's one national law university which does not work on Clat, which is NLU Delhi, which has been consistently ranked second or third best in the country. It has proximity to the Supreme Court, so I would say it's the second best option after NLS, which has a slightly different paper called ALET, which tests more analytical reasoning. So the pattern is slightly different. And then there are exams for other private universities like Christ, Symbiosis Law School, they are great law universities as well, which again follow a very similar pattern. But the hardest competition you'll face would be in Clat and ALET, but the others, acceptance rate is not that.
That was great talking to you, but I would like to end it with asking one question.
Yeah.
That if you could go back to your school days, what would you do differently and what changes it would have brought to your future today?
I think if I would say maybe two things. One is I wish I had been a bit more disciplined. Not in terms of, I don't think I was an undisciplined kid, but just general in terms of being regular with my work, regular with the things I'm doing, just more accountable to things. Because I think those are things that I've now understood the value of after facing some difficulty at NLS or facing some other difficulty in my life. Just have more memories. I think I just played it a bit too safe in school sometimes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So it was really nice talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
So meeting you after
7
years.
Yeah.
And it was really great seeing you. And a sneak peek hum kar sakte hain. We'll be meeting more of our Aurumites like this.
Yeah.
And we'll be keep on meeting, and maybe your classmates, maybe your seniors, your juniors, and surely going to meet together.
Yeah, for sure.
In one of our first alumni meets of Aurum.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I look forward to that day.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Yeah.
Thank you. All the best.
Great to be back. Unfortunately, I haven't even been to Haldwani also a lot in the last 3 years. So I've never had the opportunity to really come and meet everyone. I'm pretty much in awe of everything. I came with my brother for his parents-teacher meeting. I could not. He was the one who was guiding me through the school. I could not move around classes. I didn't know where everything was. This whole block, this whole room we are in, just didn't exist. And it's just great to see that this has all happened so quickly. It's just great to see so many things happening. Like my mother gave a TEDx speech here. Uh, I didn't know TEDx was happening in Haldwani. My brother climbed some huge mountain that my mom won't let me climb with the school, and just a lot more. Like when we were here, we were just damn impressed by the fact that we have a mathematics lab. Now I think that is not even that is not even like a top 5 considerations for the kids, and there's just a lot more to do. Like I just saw the new music room. I love the fact that I didn't have to open my shoes while going in. And so much more. The new parliament. I love the old parliament a lot more, but I understand like it's so big. So many new things. I think we have a permanent sports academy in the evening also now, which used to be very on and off when I was
Yes.
So it's just great to see that a lot of things that we sort of wished for, that we sort of hope that we'll have, like at least the juniors are getting to enjoy it, and a lot of my family members who are still here are getting to enjoy it. And it's honestly like I wouldn't say it about most schools, but I have told my brother, like we have discussed this, that he is not going to leave this because I don't think he can get a better environment than this, a more safer, a more calmer.